The Spurs on the road in Atlanta to face the Hawks. LaMarcus Aldridge. The Hawks have won 3 since All-Star break. The Spurs looking to avoid their 3rd straight loss in Atlanta. This is a Diesel Dunk nominee. That is nasty. Derek White flying over Alex Len. 18 points, 9 assists in the game. Trae Young finds Collins, who goes up, bodies him. Hangs and hits the layup. 18 points, 10 rebounds for Collins. Fourth quarter. Off the inbounds. LA making him pay. Spurs 30-8 when he scores at least 20. Call that foreshadowing. Ice traded the game with a tough layup. He had 22 points. That is an and one, but he would miss the free throw. LA, a.k.a. LaMarcus Aldridge, would close the game out working on Vince. Fadeaway. Too easy. And one. Aldridge, 32 points, 9 rebounds, so that is 31 wins when he scores at least 20 or more. San Antonio gets the win in Atlanta. The Miami Heat on the road in Charlotte. Dwayne Wade, Josh Richardson. Right now, the Heat tied with Charlotte for 8th in the East, so this definitely was a big game. That is a miss, and guess who's back? Bam! Put him to slam. 10 points. D-Wade likes that, chilling on the bench. And all of a sudden, D-Wade would come in the game, make his presence felt, knocking down the J. He had 8 points in the game. Miami up 29-16. Kemba time. Drains the 3. 3 threes on the night. Rocking the Buzz City uniforms. The pull-up. Nice. Kemba, 20 points in the game. Ties the score at 35. Tied at 35, and then it's time for Whiteside. Second half, big man gets it popping. Gets it popping on the putback slam. He rolls with the dunk mob. Hassan catch the lob. Thank you very much, Josh Richardson on the assist. And how about defense? Get that shot out. Williams. Whiteside had 18 points, 15 rebounds, 4 blocks. Miami in control. More D-Wade. Still gets paid. Floating. Finding your teammates is important. The assists. Kelly Olynyk, he had 22, draining the 3. The bench loves it. The jersey swap continues. Kemba, D-Wade. And all of a sudden, Miami moves past the Hornets in the standings. The New Orleans Pelicans on the road to face the Jazz. Donovan Mitchell, Utah, 18-7 since the 1st of January. That's the new year. Anthony Davis and the Pelicans enter on a 3-game winning streak. What could possibly happen early on? Anthony Davis making it happen. 16 points in 21 minutes, still playing around 20-21 minutes every game. But the Jazz would jump ahead. Rudy Gobert. Nice. You know, the Jazz are 8-2 in their last 10 against the Pelicans as Donovan Mitchell gets the bucket. Second half, more of Donovan Mitchell. Utah wearing the uniforms that were once worn in New Orleans by the Jazz. That's another story for another day. Mitchell had 22 points, by the way. Julius Randle, effective in the painted area at 23.6 rebounds, but too much Utah. How about the rebound putback? Derek Favors scored in double figures. Rudy Gobert had 22 and 13, 4 blocks in the game, and a poster for Julius Randle to take that home on him, flex on him. Utah goes on the road and they are victorious. They win by 10. The Denver Nuggets on the road in Los Angeles. LeBron James just needs 13 points to move into 4th place on the all-time scoring list. We will keep track of LeBron's chase for you. Look on the screen. There is 10 points as he makes the 3. DJ Khaled says another one. 7 points away. MJ, fadeaway, perfect. 5 points away. The layup inside, 3 points away. The jumper, 1 bucket away. Later in the second, The foul and one. Now LeBron James moves into sole position. 4th all time on the NBA scoring list. Impressive. Take a look at the replay, count that and one. LeBron getting emotional on the bench during the timeout. He would make the free throw. Lakers down at halftime. And will the thrill. He had 23 in the game, knocking down the three. LeBron misses the Joker. Hands up, touchdown. Paul Millsap. The Nuggets had 33 assists on the night, sharing the ball. But LeBron trying to bring LA back. The layup. LeBron had 31 points, 7 rebounds, and 7 assists on the night. That was an and one. Goes baseline. Business decisions made by the Denver defense. And all of a sudden, the Lakers are back in it. But too much Denver. Gary Harris, efficient in the painted area. Draws the foul, gets the bucket. How about the hook from the Joker? And Jamal Murray making his presence felt right here. 19 points, 8 rebounds. The Lakers only 1-7 when held below 100 points. The Nuggets end their 3-game losing streak as they get the victory on the road. Boston off on the road to face Sacramento. Jason Tatum ready to take on the Kings. No Kyrie, sat this one out. And Jason Tatum had the green light all night. Shook Corey Brewer loose, knocked down the mid-range J. Gordon Hayward very confident after going for 30 against the Warriors. Starting to look like his old all-star self. Boston by 2. Buddy healed. 23 points, 8 rebounds. You'll see more of him shortly. In fact, he's sharing his time. Willie Cauley-Stein, freaking hoop. He had 19 points in the game. Boston still up by 2. That is a steal, and they like to call him affectionately Scary Terry. He had 16 points, knocking that one down, puts Boston up by 5. How about that alley-oop? Big Al, 21 points, 11 rebounds, 7 assists. Boston in control. Sacramento ain't done. Harrison Barnes had 4 threes in the game. Pose on him. Looking sporty in that number 40. Brings Sack within 2. And this is a 3. Marcus Morris. He had 19. Swiped Fox right to the rim. Too easy. 16.7 assists. My buddy. Wherever I go, he goes. Knocks down the deep 3 to bring the Kings within 1. Less than a minute to go. Jason Tatum. Or is this Akeem the Dream? Or is it Dirk with the one-leg fadeaway? Boston up. Bielitsa. Freaking the oop. Cauley-Stein to bring the Kings closer. After the foul, Buddy makes the free throws. Guess who drives and knocks down the go-ahead bucket? Gordon Hayward going coast to coast. Confidence is at an all-time high. Swaggerific. He had 12 points. Last chance for the Kings. Harrison Barnes. He had 24 points and needed 27. This is the three-pointer to potentially win the game. Boston has won 2 straight. The Mavs and Wizards. The Mavs 1-7 in the last 8. There's Luka Doncic with the slingshot. Having fun with it. Bradley Beal giving you 30 points per game over his last 10, continuing to ball out. Speaking of ball out, I mentioned Bradley Beal, and he appears in the highlight right now. Serving the facial. That is nasty. That is a Diesel Dunk nominee. Wash your head, even, yeah. Luka misses. But if you don't succeed, try again. 31 points, 11 rebounds, 7 assists for Luka the Don. Dallas by 10, but the step back by Bradley Beal is ferocious. 30 points, 8 assists, 7 rebounds. Washington in control by 4 at halftime. Luka. He had a very, very efficient and effective third quarter. He had 13 points, showing the handles, the fader. That is excellent. But right now, this is where you box out Washington. Luka Misses, but Dwight Powell is there. He had 26 points, 10 rebounds. But then the Wizards would close the game out. Trev had 22, knocking down the three. Uncle Jeff is about to make an appearance. Might want to guard him. 16 points in the game. And to finish things off, Bradley Beal. Playing spectacular basketball in Washington, the nation's capital. And the Wizards get their 19th home win of the season. The New York Knicks in the Valley of the Sun to face Devin Booker. You know, the Suns have won 3 of 4. They are literally hot right now. Speaking of hot, Devin Booker was hot. This highlight is officially brought to you by the number 1, the number that Devin Booker wears. You see him get the layup. How about in transition after he's pilfering, gets the steal, 23 points in the half. There's a reason why Drake says wet like I'm Book. Straight sicko mode. More of Booker. Corner 3 ball. Good. How about the fadeaway? Nasty. 41 points, 5 rebounds in the game for Devin Booker, who gets buckets. More Book. Tough fadeaway like MJ. MJ, fadeaway. Perfect. The Suns going to get the victory. They've won 4 of 5. Detroit basketball. The T-Wolves and the Pistons. Andre Drummond leading the league with 51 double-doubles, 36 points per game, 16 rebounds. Since his accident, that's what Karl Anthony Towns gives you. The pull-up. Draws the foul. Nice. And one. He would make the free throw. 24 points for the Big Cat. That is a steal. Wayne Ellington finds Mr. Drummond. You know the world, no move. Okay, that's a bad attempt. Fourth quarter, that's where we're going. Luke Kennard, the 3 ball, good. He had 21 in the game. Detroit up 93-88. Then things would get physical. Ish Smith banks in the jumper. And all of a sudden, Taj Gibson elbows Dre to the ground. Drummond, definitely not happy. Take a look at the replay. You see the elbow to the facial area. The players review. Taj is ejected with a flagrant 2. Back to basketball. Drummond has the last laugh. Big man finishes with the lob. A Tribe Called Quest has the love movement. The Pistons have ball movement. Griffin finds Drummond. 31 points, 15 rebounds, and 1 large scream as the Pistons get the victory. They've won 6 consecutive home games. The 76ers on the road in Chicago. You know what that means. Jimmy Butler is back in Chicago, back in the place where he first started his NBA career. This is a turnover. Ben Simmons knows who to find. That is Jimmy Bubba Buckets. He had 22 points in the game. Philadelphia in control. Mike Scott misses. Scramble for the ball. A lot of players touch it, and eventually is going to end up in the hands of Zach LaVine. Take a look at it one more time. Diving out of bounds. Ryan Arcidiacono. Villanova to the Bruin. Fourth quarter, that's where we're going, and things would get interesting. Ben Simmons, 18 points, 11 rebounds, 7 assists. Bulls down 2. Zach playing excellent ball this year. Makes his way in the painted area. Drops the floater for the tie. Tie game under 30 seconds left. Robin Lopez. He misses, but he is fouled. Misses the first free throw, but makes the second for the lead. Chicago up by 1. Sixers down 1. Jimmy Butler would drive. Fouled on the shot attempt. Butler would go to the line and he would knock down both free throws. That's 1. That's 2. Philadelphia advantage 1. So, Bulls down 1, 4.8 seconds left. LaVine inbound, and it opened like the Red Sea. 39 points in the game for Zach and 1. Take a look at the replay. Very nicely done. LaVine would miss the free throw, and the Sixers, like I said, would miss the free throw. Not good. Sixers have 0.5 seconds on the clock. So the Sixers trying to set up a play for the tip in, but Zach blocks it. Clock runs out. Now, both teams leave the floor. The refs review the play and rule that the inbounds was not deflected by Robin Lopez, and the clock started early. What do you think? Take a look for yourself. Both teams come back on the floor. Jimmy Butler has to come back from the locker room. And a play is drawn up. Let's try it again. Sixers inbound the ball to Jimmy Butler. Bobbles it and can't get off a shot. Bulls hang on for the win. They win 108-107. Cavs in Brooklyn. D'Angelo Russell warming up, and the Brooklyn Nets are only 6-10 in the last 16, still in the playoff race, and that is what you call a Sham God crossover. Get them one way, you go the other, put a spin on it. That is a Smitty under the rim nominee. That was how you score a basket. This is how you assist a basket, and that is Jared Allen finishing. Russell had 25 points, 5 assists, 4 rebounds. Brooklyn up at halftime. K-Love, 24 points, 16 rebounds. David Nwaba had 22 points in the game, including that bucket right there. That is an and one. He would make the free throw. Cleveland up by 8, but Brooklyn would take control in the fourth. Karis LeVert. Karoots catching the oop. He had 10 points. Brooklyn. Joe Harris knocking down the three. The three-point champion showing improving in BK. And then there is Spencer Fry, who had 28 and 5 assists. That would cap a 14-0 run. Dance on him one time. Brooklyn finishes the season series versus Cleveland, 3 wins, 1 loss.